Imagine you're an American mom. You have a 16-year-old son and you're worried about him. You're worried that he's getting bullied and you're worried that he has no friends. One day, the guidance counselor at school suggests you taking an international student and you think this is a good idea because a European boy from London, that means your son is going to have a friend. But when you get to the airport to pick up this boy, it turns out to be a boy from Pakistan. What are you going to do? That is the plot to the show Aliens in America, and I want to talk about the first episode today. Aliens in America is a sitcom that came out in 2007. And when I saw the plot description and it read, this is going to be following this young boy called Justin and the 16-year-old Muslim boy from Pakistan and how they become friends and get to know each other. Of course, I had to have a look.
Oh, I guess that wasn't him.
Are you the tall chucks? I am Raja, your exchange student.
The show narrated by Justin. He's 16 years old. He feels like an alien. He feels like he doesn't really fit in. And he feels like he's waiting for his people to come back in their spaceship and take him to hit their planet where he fits in. His mom, she wants to make sure everything's perfect for her son. She's trying to always meddle and fix things for him. So when she finds out that he doesn't have any friends and he's getting picked on, she thinks that this exchange program is going to be a good thing. But when she sees that the boy they ordered, they say, is not this boy from London, is actually a Muslim boy from Pakistan. Do you know what the first question she asks is?
What about the terrorist question?
Are you serious?
They posed as students, Gary. Bill O'Reilly said so. You need to watch more news.
It's Medora, Wisconsin.
Oh, so now Medora's not important enough to blow up? Where's your civic pride?
You know what? I hope he does blow up Medora because my life could not get any worse.
Yeah, so she just assumes that this boy could be a terrorist because the show is set in a post 9/11 America where people would just assume that Muslim people are terrorists, right? So she's worried that this boy could potentially do something. While the mom is thinking that Roger could potentially be a terrorist because she saw on the news that they pose as students, Justin is just thinking, how am I supposed to go to school with him? So he calls off sick the next day. And the dad is quick to accept this because there is a check involved and he just cares about money. The dad is the first one to actually start to like Roger straight away because he sees how polite Roger is. When the dad finishes eating, he picks up his plate and washes it for him. He's really polite and he's just happy to be there. And he's very unaware about the fact that the mom is freaking out about him being a terrorist and trying to figure out how to send him back. Raj is also a boy who's very proud of where he's from. So on his first day of school, he wants to wear his shower kameez, which is a traditional outfit worn by a lot of South Asian people. And Justin is like, there is no way that I'm walking next to him when we go into that school. So he just doesn't go to school. On his first day of school, Raja comes face to face with how people view Muslims. His teacher straight up asks him, how does it feel to be different? And then she asks the rest of the class, how do we all feel about Raja being different?
How does everyone else feel about Raja and his differences? Yes, Stephanie.
Well, I guess I feel angry because these people blew up the buildings in New York.
Oh, that's good.
But that is not true.
Okay, Raja, in America, you have to wait until you're called on, and I'd appreciate a raised hand. Okay, now who else is angry at Raja?
Sadly, this was the highlight of Raja's day.
Raja ends up coming home from school and he's very frustrated at the fact that people are saying they're angry at him for something he has nothing to do with. And also he thinks that they're very uneducated and he doesn't like the fact that they're calling him names. So when he gets home, Justin is at home and this is when they bond. Justin ends up talking to Raja and he keeps telling him about his life and he starts to realize him and Raja are actually not that different. The only difference that they have is his religion and they get along really well. As Justin tells Raja about his life, Raja tells him about his religion. At the same time, the mom is at the school and she's trying to figure out how to get rid of Raja. She comes home and she finds that her son is praying.
Honey?
Raja's doing one of his 5 daily salat, so I'm praying towards Mecca with him.
Okay. Okay.
See, I thought that scene was nice. You see how much these boys connect just by spending the day together and talking to each other and taking an interest in each other. I just don't understand the sound effects. What do you think the mum does? She immediately calls her husband and says, get home, your son is praying to Mecca. She takes Justin, she lies to him and says that your grandma is dying and she buys a plane ticket to send Raja back because she thinks that he's converting her son into a Muslim. At this point, Justin doesn't want Raja to go because they've connected, they spent the day together, they got to know each other. And you see what happens when people actually talk to each other and get to know each other instead of just judging each other, right? At this point, the mom has made her decision. No one can argue with her. So when they go to the house, she tells Roger that the insurance that's supposed to cover him to be here on this exchange program fell through, so they had to send him back now. And she went to the school and they gave her the plane tickets to send him back. Roger just accepts this. Like, he really wants to be there, but what can he do? The husband also just looks at the mom and just says, like, what are you doing? Like, he just says it with his face, like, because no one can argue with her. The most interesting part about the episode is how the mom comes to accept Roger, because everyone else has already done. And when he's packing his clothes, she tells him, like, you must be homesick. You must be excited to see your parents.
My parents passed away about a year ago.
I'm so sorry. That must have been awful.
It was. It is.
It's funny how everything you think about a person can change in an instant. For all the times my mother referred to Raj as that boy, she really didn't see him as one until right then.
I really like the fact that they added this part in, saying that this is a moment that she saw him as a kid. She saw him as a kid who doesn't have any parents. Before then, she didn't see the fact that her son and Raja are the same age. They're the same. The only thing that makes him different is the fact that Raja is Muslim. She saw him as a potential terrorist. She saw him as someone who is converting her son to Islam. The reason why I really like the fact that they included that she didn't really see him as a child is because a lot of people do think like this. You put the word Muslim in front of something, so they no longer care. Or they'll probably say, if something bad happened, they'll probably say that they deserved it. In today's age, you'll find people who think like this in videos about Palestinian children. They'll probably say, well, they shouldn't have started something. A child started something? Okay then. I found this episode really interesting because the whole point of the episode was to show how these people view Muslims, even though they never actually met a Muslim person. They just go off what they hear in the news or what they hear online. But when they actually meet a Muslim person, their opinion changes because they come to realize maybe what I'm actually being taught is wrong. And that's how the show goes. We see a character and they have these stereotypes and these ideas of what a Muslim person is, and then by the end of the episode, Justin has learned a lesson or they've learned something new. There was an episode where these two people moved to the neighborhood. Their parents accept them even though they learned something about them. They still want to be like welcoming to them because they don't know the facts fully. But when the other people find out that Raja lives with them and that he's Muslim, the guy says, oh, you didn't tell me this. You should have told me. Like, I don't think it's okay for us to have these kind of people in our neighborhood. Do you know what the man is? Do you know what the man has to do when he moves into a neighborhood? He has to knock on people's doors and say, I'm a registered sex offender. But having a Muslim person in the neighborhood, oh no, that's too far. Another example of how they show how people view Muslim people is in episode 3. So in episode 3, Justin lies to his mom and tells her that he's part of a rocket club and he brings Raja into this lie with him. But they're not building a rocket, they're just messing around. And Raja feels bad about lying to the mom, so he decides he's actually going to build this rocket. So when she does finally ask, oh, where's this rocket that you guys were building? He has something to show her, so he wasn't actually lying. But when he goes to the shop and tries to buy the different materials that he needs, he ends up getting arrested because they think he's trying to make a bomb. But when Justin is buying the same equipment, they say nothing to him. When I came across the show, I wasn't really expecting a lot. But from the first episode, I was like, okay, this looks like something I'm going to continue watching and I want to talk about as well. I will be doing more videos talking about this show. There is one episode that I wanted to talk about as well, right? I'll do it in a later video. This one episode focuses on this one girl getting obsessed with Raja and then she becomes a niqabi. Yeah. That's all I had to say for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you'll give me a like and a subscribe and I'll see you in my next video.